Hello everyone, my name is Kitetsu and welcome back to my channel. Right, first thing I want to do is just give a massive shout out of thanks to Snitchtongue again, because he has been there all day helping me keep up to date with all of this news, and like, this is a first for my channel. 3 videos in one day. I don't think I've ever done that, and it's been hard work. I'm lucky I had the time today to do so. But the other thing I want to say is it's raining really hard and I'm upstairs at the moment. There's this window right above my head and it's quite loud, so hopefully that doesn't ruin the quality of this video. But we do not have time to be talking about the rain right now. Like, I think it was a few months ago now. Let's go all the way. Here we go. New death models confirmed ? That was 4 months ago. We had the big Malign Portents reveal and everyone was so disappointed because there weren't any death models, and I said the wording 4 months ago strongly suggested in an article that we would be getting death models. Well, now is that time, because they have just announced the new Night Haunts Battletome and they've shown us so many figures and they look absolutely incredible. I am so happy for all of you death fans who have wanted figures for months and months, in fact years. You've now got what you asked for. It was just a matter of being patient, like I said in that video 4 months ago. It was a matter of being patient, but they're here now and they look so damn good. Like, in all honesty, I absolutely love the Deepkin, which I've just started collecting. Now I like these Night Haunts even more, and I want to just almost forget about the Deepkin for the minute and just go crazy collecting Night Haunts. I've never collected them before, and in fact I haven't even collected a death faction properly yet. And the reason has been, well, partly for the same reason that everyone else has been disappointed. If you go onto the death section of Age of Sigmar on the Games Workshop website, this is all you have when you click on Night Haunts. There are 4 models currently, or 4 kits available. I know there's also a Malignant Start Collecting set as well, which isn't on this page, but we have a khorne, is that pronounced? I don't know, but a Wraith. We've got the Knight of Shrouds, who is new. We've got a Tomb Banshee, which I think is a very old model now, I'm not sure. And we've got these Hex Wraiths and Tormented Spirits. But to be honest, there's nothing wrong with these kits. They actually look quite good, but the quality of what they've shown today is just like mind-blowingly good. For everyone who was worried about the fact that they'd only shown Keldrick and they were like, well, why have we just got this one figure? Why have they done that? Now it all makes sense, and buying Keldrick has suddenly become a very tempting proposition. But let's get straight into looking at the figures. So we're going to have a Battletome. That in itself is fantastic news, especially with how sinister and creepy these Night Haunts actually look. I mean, just look at the artwork that's going to be on the front of the Battletome. It looks astonishingly cool. And again, June 2018 is the date we've been given, so we don't even have long to wait. This is the excuse I've been waiting for to collect death, and this is definitely going to be a faction I collect. But the first thing we see are these things here, and I'm going to have to apologise because I'm not that good on the lore of death at the moment, and they haven't actually announced any of the names of these specific models. But like, this guy looks incredible. He's got this axe, a two-handed axe kind of thing, and he's got a hangman's noose hanging above his head from the gallows with these kind of spirits behind him. It looks incredible. I absolutely love it, and we've actually just had this image posted on the Warhammer community site that gives you a much clearer picture of what it looks like. I mean, I'm hoping he's not going to be too fragile, because basically the whole model is lifted up from his axe, and let me get my little cursor. If you look at that point of the handle, it looks like a point of stress on the model, so hopefully it's made quite well. I'm a bit dubious, but it looks incredible. Like, that's the key thing here. If it snaps, it's nothing a bit of plastic glue can't fix, but you guys know by now I'm a little bit OCD about fragile models, but just looking at the thing, it looks so damn good. Next, we've got this incredible looking thing, which is a Knight of Shrouds riding an undead horse. We've actually seen that twice now. The first one was first thing this morning in this picture here, which teased the fact we were getting a new edition, and the second time was a little bit further up in this kind of here we go, here it is. I was looking at this picture and I noticed he is actually over there. So we've seen him since this morning, but now we've just got a much clearer look at him. But the detail on the model is absolutely incredible. Like, look at the undead horse he is riding on. He's got this absolutely kind of evil, sinister ringwraith vibe about him. He definitely looks like he means business, and he is someone that you would not want to meet if you happen to be wandering on your own through the realms at night. But to be honest, this is probably my favourite model they've actually revealed for the Night Haunts set so far. I loved the Knight of Shrouds, Keldric, but to be honest, this guy just looks so much more evil and cooler. Who knew that they just had to sit him on top of a horse? And I must admit, I never saw that coming because the guy doesn't even have legs, but yeah, it just seems to work so well and it looks incredible. And again, we've got a much more detailed picture of it here. I just cannot wait to get my hands on this model and paint it. I know a lot of people were really excited about the Knight of Shrouds when it was first revealed, but to be honest, there was something about the pose of it and the fact it didn't have the legs that just didn't quite do it for me. But now that you've got it on top of a horse, it just looks stunning. I absolutely love this model. I appreciate the fact I'm gushing over this model, but I really do think it looks incredible. The detail of the way that they've got these folds of clothes tearing off of its body and just the shape of the sculpt, it looks amazing and I can't wait to get my hands on it. Next we see some new cavalry, and there were only 2 little shots of this. When they first showed it, I thought maybe it's a new character, but then if you look at this image here, you can actually see a second one in the foreground that's slightly out of focus. But to be honest, at the moment, we've only got the Hex Wraiths, and I mean, look at the difference in the sculpts. The quality of the new models is absolutely astonishing. Really, the credit just has to go to the design team that they've got for somehow just bringing these models to life. Like, look at the detail on his face. They look cool. It's hard to say how many of these we're going to get in a box, but it's another unit that I just love the visual aesthetics for, so I will definitely pick some of these up as well. Next, we get a brand new black coach. And to be honest, the quality of these models is just blowing me away. The Deepkin I grew to love later, whereas these ones, it's more like love at first sight. They look so damn good. I mean, do you guys actually remember the black coach that we used to have, like the classic one? This thing does it proud. And I love the fact they've kept the coffin in the back. I mean, of course, that's the whole point of the black coach, is having the coffin, but it looks great, and we've got these spirits above it. These are basically the different views of it we get throughout the video. We get like this shot here where it kind of circles around it and it looks absolutely huge and amazing. We get a zoom in of the guy who's riding it with the whip, a zoom in of the horses, or at least I assume these horses are part of the coach. They've got the same sort of look about them. And also we've got these funny little spirits on the top that are floating there. One's carrying a book, one's carrying a sword. They look great. To be honest, the more you look at it, the more you notice the subtle little details, like the fact the rider is holding a little scythe. But again, it's the sort of thing that's just going to make an incredible sort of centerpiece to the army. Next, we see a whole load of guys who look like they're going to be the standard battle line option for the army. There's one shot where they're kind of out of focus marching through this city, and to be honest, I think is actually part of this scene here, except they've kind of rejigged it for this specific shot. But there's a great amount of character. I really like this guy. I don't even know if he's actually part of the same set or not. I've kind of grouped these together because he looks like he belongs with them. He's got that same kind of skull with the draped hood. Yeah, to be honest, I'm pretty sure he is part of the same unit, but they look really great. And if you look at that guy down there, I could be completely barking up the wrong tree, but he actually looks a little bit like an undead Skaven. And we get a better look at them in a minute, but yeah, it looks like quite a substantial box of 20 of them, which is pretty great too. I wasn't expecting that. I know the whole point of undead armies is that they're generally quite weak individually and that it's a massive horde army, but it's nice to see such a large box of figures that look so great. And in fact, look, there's the guy in our little stocks. So yes, I was right, he is part of the same unit. But look at the little extras, like the tombstones. We've got these kind of wisps of spirit energy coming out of the ground. All of them have got these really cool looking different weapons. It's a great unit. We've also got all of these here, and again, I don't exactly know what these are, but they almost look a little bit like special kind of characters at the top and the one at the bottom left, whereas these ones down here are obviously some kind of unit. This is basically just a whole video of me sitting here saying, wow, these all look incredible. But they do, and I want to collect them, and I can't believe that basically all the people wanting death are getting exactly what they wanted, and they don't even have to wait that long. They didn't actually show us these on the Warhammer community website, but they did show us these, and I'm wondering if they're actually the same kit that you can build in 2 different variants. These guys have actually got weapons and claws growing out of their arms, which is really cool, and they look a little bit more like banshees. And then we've got this version here. Like, I can't be sure they're the same set, but they certainly look like they could be. Who knows? Let's wait and see, but they still look really cool. Personally, I think I prefer these guys because they look more evil. But then we get a look at these things, which is what I pointed out a minute ago. Like, they do look a little bit like rats, do they not? They've got these kind of humped backs, and I don't know, their spears, something about them just makes me think that these could be undead Skaven. I'm probably completely wrong, but I love them all the same. And if they are undead Skaven, that makes me like them even more. I think a long time ago in fantasy, there was a unit of mixed undead where it had like zombie orcs and Skaven and all sorts of stuff mixed in there, and it makes sense that all of these undead units should have like a variety of species represented, because there are so many different races in the realms. But yeah, who knows? I can't wait for them to tell us more about this particular unit because I'm very interested at the moment. Next we get to see this guy, which is obviously going to be a standalone unit, and that is this guy up the top here. But he looks really cool. He's got padlocks as weapons, and he's got some keys dangling down, so who knows what that's supposed to represent. I'm sure there's going to be some really cool storyline behind him. He's actually quite heavily armored for a spirit, so I'm guessing he's going to be somehow quite important. But yeah, then we get to the very end of the video, June 2018. We see this little thing here at the bottom of a unit, and we only see it for a few seconds before it zooms out to this scene here. Now, I think we still have a very large kit to be revealed, like an expensive hero or character of some description. You know how we always get like a Great Unclean One and Rotigus or Marathi, for example? I think this here is teasing exactly that for the Night Haunts. There's that character there in the background. Let's zoom in a little bit. They show it, it's something big. I don't think it's just a tree. I think it's there very deliberately to tell us that there's something else to look forward to. They do this all the time, Games Workshop. They tease something and then we have to wait and see till they reveal it properly. But let me know what you guys think down below. Do you think this is a new big kit that is being teased? It was just very suspicious that at the very end they just showed us a sneaky little glimpse of this and then zoomed out on this thing in the background with the trees in the foreground obscuring it, and this very clever lighting to make sure we couldn't see it properly. It almost looks like there's some sort of cloak with some sort of extravagant headdress maybe, and a staff, could that be? But who knows? Let's wait and see. Let me know what your opinions are down below. But yeah, to be honest, that is the reveal. I'm super excited about these models, and to be honest, my bank account is crying at the moment with how many models I've bought recently. Games Workshop are doing pretty well out of me at the moment, but it is absolutely unrelenting how the quality of these releases is just improving all the time. But yes, if you are a fan of the Death faction, let me know down below if you're as pleased as I am about this release. I really hope you are. I can't wait to see more, and I can't wait to pick up the book and the models. But yeah, that's it for me today. I can't believe I've managed to smash out 3 videos. I want to do one on the Stormcast as well, but that one will have to wait until tomorrow. 3 videos in a day is enough. But to be honest, I was just so excited about these Night Haunts, I had to talk about them. And let's face it, the Night Haunts are more exciting than the Stormcast. Don't get me wrong, the Stormcast look great and I'm excited about those too, but this was really needed for Death. The Malign Portents is all about Death, so why did we not have this shown sooner? I think if we had have had this shown at the very start of the reveal, then everyone would have been so much more happy and excited about the whole thing, but I'm just glad it all built up to something worthwhile. But anyway, don't forget to like the video, don't forget to subscribe if you're new, hit the little bell button so that you know when my videos are out. You can support me on Patreon if you wish, the link is in the description, and otherwise have a good evening wherever you are in the world, and I will speak to you very soon.